There's this thing that happens when you've lived in a narcissistic relationship long enough. You start telling yourself you're used to it, that you've adapted, that it doesn't hurt like it used to. But the truth, you're not supposed to get used to being mistreated. That ache you still feel, that exhaustion, that numbness, that silent dread, it's not weakness. It's your body and soul telling you this kind of treatment isn't okay. Maybe you've tried to talk about it and people brush it off. Well, that's just how he is. Or maybe you've stayed silent, telling yourself you're strong for not making waves. And my guess is you are strong. But strength doesn't mean tolerating what you never should have been tolerating in the first place. So what happens when you're living with someone that you just can't escape? You might be living at home with a controlling parent. You might be married with children and leaving isn't safe or just isn't simple. You could be stuck in a job where the narcissist holds all the power. And so you do what we all do in survival mode. You learn to brace for impact. You build a routine around the abuse. You try to avoid setting the narcissist off. You measure your words, or you just silence yourself. And slowly something dangerous happens. You start believing that this is just life, that how you're living is just normal. But here's the truth. This kind of endurance has a cost. Even if you can't leave yet, your body knows, your heart knows. And every time you silence yourself to keep the peace, a little part of you goes quiet too. You're surviving, but you're not okay. This is something that Annie knows all too well. She thought her life with Santino was just how relationships were. She didn't even call it abuse. She just coped with it. She blamed herself for his moods. She tried harder to please him. She adjusted her dreams to fit inside his world. And when she finally began to name what was happening, when she tried to tell the truth out loud, even her own family shut her down. So what did she do? She stayed. She convinced herself that maybe she could get used to it, that maybe this was just marriage. And then something shifted. One moment, one spark broke through the fog and reminded her of who she really was. That moment didn't fix everything, but it gave her the courage to leave the life she thought she had to accept. Annie realized she wasn't broken. She was responding normally to the unthinkable. So if you're thinking, if you're listening and you're still in it, not because you want to be, but because you don't have a safe way out, I want to say this clearly. You are not weak. You are not crazy, and you're not broken. You are living in a situation no one should have to endure, and the way you feel is not an overreaction. It's a mirror reflecting what's being done to you. And no matter how many times you've told yourself that you're used to it, somewhere inside, I think you know this isn't right. That knowing is a gift. It means you haven't disappeared. It means there's a part of you that knows what love, peace, and dignity still feel like. That part is still alive. So let's protect that part of us. Even if you haven't left, or maybe you can't. Maybe you've gone quiet in order to survive, and that's okay. There's no shame in doing what you have to do to stay safe. But please don't let anyone, including your own mind, convince you that abuse is just something that you're supposed to get used to. If you're ready, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. And if any part of this episode is speaking to you, I invite you to say, I am Annie, in solidarity with anyone who has ever tried to normalize the unbearable and in defiance of the silence that keeps so many of us stuck. And for those of you who are new to this podcast, I'm Kyle Hackley, attorney and author of Undercurrent. It's a story about a young woman named Annie who finds the courage to break free from her narcissistic marriage and the extraordinary life waiting for her on the other side of narcissistic abuse. Annie is any person, man or woman, who has ever experienced narcissistic abuse. And as always, I want you to know that you are stronger than you ever believed. And I want you to be tenacious and never give up on what's important to you. And to everyone here, thank you. Thank you so much for listening, for showing up, and for building this beautiful, strong, truth-telling community. We'll keep growing. We'll keep healing. And yes, we're going to be okay because we're doing this together. I appreciate you. And until next time, please take good care of yourself. Bye.